Holy Toledo, guys. It has been 122 days since I started running 1 centimeter per follower on Instagram. Kind of intentionally, I have not really released a lot of stuff about my personal life. I did a question and answer little thing and my answers to you guys' most asked questions. The first question I get asked all the time is, why did you start this account? And honestly, I started it because why not? The idea was not my original idea. I will never take credit for the idea. There were a couple of other people who had done it before me, but they were all men. And I wanted kind of to make fun of it. I wasn't trying to be mean, but I just was trying to be funny. So it's a parody account. That's why I like to tell jokes. I thought it was funny. I started the account fresh. I had 0 followers when I first started. Kind of the story behind it was that my friend Taylor found the account, and then my brother-in-law Chris found the account, and I decided to take a big risk and to share it on my story of my personal account so that my personal friends could see it. Probably 20 people followed from that, and then the next day maybe 40 more people followed because I shared it one more time. And then I told my personal followers, I was like, I'm gonna share this one more time. So I shared it 3 times. And from it, I gained maybe there's 170 of them who followed it. And then the rest of them are complete strangers. I don't know who any of you are, but I've met some of you through just talking to you online, and it's been fun. I feel like we're friends. I feel that you probably feel like you know me more than I know you, but I feel like we're family, and I really genuinely am so appreciative of the support. So thank you. One question that I got was, if you could go back and revisit yourself at any age, what age would you go back to, and what would you tell yourself? Kind of from my whole experience about sharing my page on my personal account, I would just tell myself the biggest thing that I was scared about was what my friends from high school were gonna think of me. My biggest piece of advice that I could give myself if I had to go back was just to not care what people think about you. You have to a point, I get it, you need to be a good person, but if you're scared to do something because you're gonna be embarrassed about it, just do it. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know how it's gonna change your life for the better. The age that I would go back and visit is probably me at 18, and I would just tell myself to do what's gonna make you happy, because in the end, you're the one who has to live with your decisions. The next question I get asked very often is, how much weight have you lost since you started running? So it's been 121 days. I have lost 15 pounds. I didn't start this to lose weight because I didn't think that I would get this many people to support my page. So I definitely didn't start this to lose weight. I started it to be funny, to start a parody account to laugh, because I needed that humor in my life. I was missing that. A benefit of it was that I started running. I'm at about a mile a day. I'm at almost 2 kilometers. I'm so close to 2 kilometers. And the numbers keep fluctuating. It doesn't bother me that they fluctuate. If people want to support, that's great. If they don't, that's great. All I ask is for kindness. So if you're gonna be a hater, nobody asked you to follow my page. Anyways, yes, I have lost 15 pounds, and thank you for helping me do it. I wanted to get back into running. It's hard to get back into it once you've stopped. My advice to you is, if you are running, don't stop. And if you want to get back into it, just start. Know that consistency is hard, and it's hard to keep promises to yourself. So if you need somebody to hold you accountable, I'm always here. One question I got asked was, do you run with music? And yes, absolutely. I feel when I run with music, I run faster depending on what music I'm listening to, and I guess on some of the days that I listen to slower music, I run slower. So depending on the pace that I want to go, I put on a specific playlist to match the tempo of whatever the music is that's playing. I was asked how old I am. Everybody thinks that I'm like 20. I probably act 21, but I'm 25 years old. Yeah, 25. I'll be 26. The whole reason behind 1.6 million before August 17th is because my birthday is August 17th, so I would love to be able to run a marathon before my birthday. I would love it. I was asked why I still hashtag Boston. So the reason I hashtag Boston is because I want to run the Boston Marathon and I haven't yet. Races are every April, excuse me. I didn't qualify for the race in April. I haven't run a marathon yet ever before in my life. The furthest I've ever run straight is probably like 8 miles. And I have run 2 half marathons, but I didn't run them straight. I walked part of those races. One thing I get a lot is follow requests from my personal account and I really wish that I could accept your guys' follow requests so that you could have a little bit of insight to what my life is, my personal life, because I don't run all the time. Like, I'm not like, running on social media is not my life. I'm just like an ordinary human. I'm not an influencer. I would not consider myself to be an influencer. I am blessed to have a whole city worth of friends. I never in a million years would have ever thought that this would have happened. One question that I got asked was, would you rather have fingers the size of your legs or legs the size of your fingers? And maybe I am crazy, but I would rather have legs the size of my fingers. I would rather be really short and have regular sized fingers. My fingers aren't that long, so I'm just like imagining like the body proportion. Like, is my body like the same proportion? Like that doesn't even work. Question I get asked all the time: are you single? Can we go on a date? Are you single? Can we go on a date? And the answer to that is no, I'm not single. So should I tell you my story of how I met my boyfriend? I met my boyfriend on a dating app. On the dating app Tinder. Never in a million years would have ever thought that I would meet a guy on Tinder that I actually would date. But here we are. I'm proving myself wrong again. He is a really good guy. His name's Kevin. And just like my family is pretty private people, which is why I don't accept follow requests on my main account. I'm just trying to respect the privacy of my family. My personal feed is like full of my family, and they just have asked me to not share my personal life. So where I was going with that is that my boyfriend's pretty private too. He's a pretty private person. So just out of respect for him as well. Oh, his name's Kevin. I like him. So you can know that. Lastly, did this go how you expected it to go? I feel like I've already kind of answered it, but the answer is absolutely not. I thought it was gonna like max at like maybe 250, like maybe maximum like 500 followers. And had I been at 500 followers, I would have kept running 500 centimeters forever, just to keep it funny. I'm grateful for all of the support. I'll never stop saying thank you for helping me get to my goal of getting to a marathon. At 200,000 followers, I will run 2.54 centimeters per follower, which is 1 inch for my American customary units people. In order to run a marathon, if I keep running 1 centimeter per follower, I'll have to have like 6 million followers. So I feel like a little bit more of an attainable goal would be 1 inch per follower to get to a marathon as soon as we hit 200,000 followers. So we literally are 40,000 followers away from 1 inch.